Obviously, there's been a little bit of controversy surrounding this, especially with female Silver Surfer, with the cast of Pedro Pascal, like all of those things. It has not been without controversy when it comes to Fantastic Four. And this is another, very famous superhero team that's been around for a very long time. We've had a couple movie adaptations. One received a little bit better than the other, certainly. But this movie is out in just a couple weeks, and it will be some primary competition for Superman. Another one of these big movies releasing in July: Jurassic, Superman, and of course, Fantastic Four. And Julia Garner's finally addressing some of the backlash surrounding the casting of her character, female Silver Surfer. Fantastic Four, Julia Garner responds to female Silver Surfer backlash. Now, Jimmy, when you see a headline like that, what do you think ultimately is going to be the takeaway?
Oh, there's a ton of sexism and toxic males and all of that that are just really hating on this female lead in this movie.
Well, luckily, that was not the answer that Julia Garner gave. Easily could have turned into something like that. We know we see bait questions and stuff from the media all the time. Well, this is what she said instead. She was asked about her initial reaction to the role. Garner said she had two, like the backlash to the role and stuff like that. The first one is like, I'm still just going to do my job. And also it's shallow ball, so it's different. And then the second reaction I had to the backlash, is just, I'm happy that people are resonating with it. And it's just like any other project. So I'm just grateful to be at this dance, to be completely honest with you. And the way the question was phrased, it was a lot like, there's been a lot of backlash, but there's some people that love the character, blah, blah, blah. I think that is what should be the standard for these people to go out there when you're asked about people hating it and all these men that hate your movies because you're a woman, it's a gender swap role, blah, blah, blah. It's like, hey, look, I'm going to do my job. I'm happy to be here. I hope people like it. Like that kind of boilerplate level bullshit should be the standard instead of what it has been in the industry for the past couple of years.
I agree. It's a I won't say it's a perfect answer, but it's a really good answer. It's a really good answer. And this is what we've seen time and time again, that the media is the enemy of the people. We saw that with the Variety reporter that asked all those loaded questions of, the Superman 25 cast. And he's done that time and time again. What's that guy's name?
Mark Malkin.
Yeah, that I was going to say something else. Anyway, that guy. And so this is
you
perfect
can't call
way.
him that word.
But yeah, this is a good answer. And the problem is that I don't think this is going to be the standard answer from people surrounding this movie, namely Pedro Pascal. Pedro Pascal is probably going to make a political statement between now and the release of this movie at some point with the press tour going on.
He's constantly out there. Every single one he's talking
yeah.
about trans shit.
Yes.
Every single one he's talking about all that shit.
Yep, he is the worst. And so I'm sure that there's going to be something. I hope someone asks him about Alligator Alcatraz. I just really want him to go on a rant about Alligator Alcatraz. But yeah, in terms of this answer, there's nothing to criticize here. This is the answer that if we were getting these answers from the majority of Hollywood people, you'd have a lot less fan backlash going on prior to movies coming out. It doesn't mean you won't have them after movies come out, but this was an alley-oop for her to dunk on fans, and she didn't do it. So it's a good answer.
Yeah. Now, it is funny, the part where she's like, well, it's shallow ball, so it's different, right? Not like a gender swap, whatever. The thing is, Julia Garner's initial response, you remember this, Jeremy? Julia Garner recalls gender swap Fantastic Four offer. Wait, isn't the Silver Surfer a man? All played it. Yeah, so she knew, she, like everybody else, knows that Silver Surfer is a man. And yes, shallow ball exists in like one or two what if comic book runs, blah, 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 as opposed to the thousands and thousands of stories that Silver Surfer is actually involved in, nor in Rad. But yes, that could have been a disaster in the making. That could have resulted in a million different fucking videos for 2 weeks. Instead, I think it's an example of a good response and not getting sucked into something like that.
Yeah, and as Ryan said, I mean, when people say, "Oh, you guys just you do this," it's like, well, yeah, I mean, of course. Why wouldn't we make videos off that when these idiots run their mouths and take shots at fans? But guess what happens when they don't do it? We give them credit.
Well,
simple as that. I mean, credit where credit's due. You had an opportunity to shit on the fans. You didn't do it, and we'll see how this movie goes. I do think this movie, like, okay, do you think this movie grosses more than Superman 25? I think it has a chance.
My initial predictions before like all the other stuff happened was like before the movies came out, Jurassic World, I thought wouldn't quite get to $1 billion, but would be in the $900 million range. I thought Superman would make 700, and I thought Fantastic Four would make around 650. Was like my initial type of guess. Superman, I think that if it hits 700, I think that's going to be like an incredible achievement based on the opening and based on the reception so far. I think that 600 million might now be the target for Superman. As for Fantastic Four, we'll have to see. It certainly could make more than Superman. It's not going to make more than Jurassic World, but
nah, yeah, it won't make more than Jurassic World. I was curious that Jurassic World may fall off a cliff. I felt like maybe they're at that point where, you know, like Michael Bay's Transformers fell off a cliff. I feel like that's where Jurassic World was, but clearly not. We're not there yet.
Well, look, there are certainly diminishing returns.
Yes.
Jurassic World, $2 billion, whatever the fuck it made. Fallen Kingdom is like 1.4, 1.5. Dominion barely crossed over the $1 billion threshold. This movie's probably going to be more in like the $850, $900 million range. So there is diminishing returns.
It is, but it's consistent with the diminishment. I was just, you know, because Transformers did fall off a cliff at some point. I can't remember which one it was, but I mean, because those were making
Mark Wahlberg one.
I think so, yeah. Because I mean, those movies were making $1 billion consistently, and then that one of them just fell off a cliff. And then Bumblebee, which was a really good Transformers movie, didn't do shit because the brand was just so damaged. So that's where I was thinking Jurassic World might end up, and it may be the next one. Who knows? But people still like their dinosaurs.
They do, and that's why I enjoyed this one more than Dominion, because they barely even gave the smallest effort to actually do any character things or establish any real motivations or like anything for the characters. It was so nothing that I was able to enjoy it because it was absent basically. And it's just like, okay, this is just a hunting dinosaurs movie. Got it. But it wasn't good.